Yo, it's another beautiful day to learn something new. And this is episode number 7 of our series, Vitu Zinafunga Nyota Yako. So kwa hii series, we talk about the things or the blockages zenye nimenotice in my interactions with people, zenye zinafunga watu wengi sometimes without even their knowledge. And what I want us to talk about today is something a bit controversial. And I know sometimes when I say these things, Christians especially, Kristo najua mnaniletanga juu kidogo juu, nikiwaambia hii reality mnaonanga nikaa nafanyia shetani kazi, but I have to tell you, my work is to teach, my work is to highlight. I don't judge, I'm just a messenger, don't shoot me. So now, the world is becoming more spiritual. It has always been spiritual, but saizi watu wako, they are awakening to spiritual. There's a spiritual wave, there's a wave of spiritual awakening that is happening. Inaitwa the age of the Aquarius. And so people are experimenting with so many things. And there's still people who believe, especially Christians. Hii nataka kuongelesha wa Kristo. Najua hamtakaki kusikia hii sana, but it's the truth. And the truth is that some of you are spiritually lazy. Nitango slothfulness. And by spiritually lazy is, you believe that just because you believe in God, now nothing can happen to you, or you're not supposed to do anything else. Where mimi, I just believe in God. Hiyo tu imetosha. So you don't pray, you don't worship, you don't read the Bible, you don't check your beliefs, you don't practice embodiment. But unafikiria tu just because you believe in God and you can throw the word Jesus when you feel cornered, you think that everything is okay. Now hakuna kitu ta happen kwako. And that makes you spiritually ignorant, spiritually inactive. And when you're spiritually ignorant and spiritually inactive, you become vulnerable. When you're spiritually vulnerable, you become a soft target for attacks. So most of the times when I'm interacting with people, when we are looking into people's readings and all, una realizing a lot of these people spiritually uko very low. Hata mtu mwenyewe ukimuuliza, do you feel like you're spiritually strong? Hata yeye mwenyewe anakuambia hapana. But this person goes to church every Sunday. Mtu anatoanga tithe. Mtu anafanyanga sadaka. They help the poor. But at the end of the day, you do not understand some spiritual foundations. Vitu kama spiritual warfare. The Bible talks a lot about spiritual warfare. But utaona kuna mtu anasema, vitu kama hizo hazi exist. Me, I believe in God. I don't believe in those things. The Bible talks a lot about witchcraft. But wewe unasema you don't believe in witchcraft because where you believe in God. The Bible talks about false teachers. Na wamejaa wengi sana hata kwa makanisa, but wewe unataka kujifanya you don't believe in those things just because you believe in God. Yet the Bible talks about all these things and inakwambia vile utawa-identify na vile utajiepushana na watu kama hao. Because even the Bible knows if you're not careful, these people will bring you down. Okay? The Bible talks about divination. Wala watu wanatumia so many things to try and predict the future, read the times. It talks about all those things. But where because you believe in God, you don't believe that those things exist. Yet the Bible tells you that these things are there, jepushane nazo. And the saddest thing about it is when now you think that you believe in God and that is all that you need to do, and now you're not inactive, so hata ukikuwa attacked haujuangi what you're supposed to do. Yes, you believe in God and God is powerful. You believe in Jesus. Jesus is powerful. It's the name above all other names. But even with God in your life, as you believe you have, unapata you're falling for so many spiritual battles. And unapata most of the people who go kwa waganga, I'll tell you this, wengi ni wa Kristo. Mtaki kusikia hii. But pia wenye wanaenda kwa wazee, like I see like 80-90% of people who come to me for advice, for consultation, wengi wanakuanga wamejaribu church as number 1. Na by church unajaribingi hii church, unaona huu pastor ni kama hana upako ya kutosha, you jump to another church, unasikia pastor fulani ni mkubwa, huo ndo anakuanga na anointing, huo ndo anajua kufungua nyota za watu, unaenda. I've seen people come from some very big pastors here in Kenya. Wanakuambia jina, you are like, hata nimeenda kwa pastor nani. And these are big people in the gospel industry, in the church industry in Kenya, because it's now an industry. Wengine wametravel all the way to Tanzania, wameenda Uganda to meet some of these popular pastors. So mtu mmoja, because you believe in God, ulianza church. Umeenda kwa pastor mmoja, wawili, watatu, wanne, haijawaka. Umeenda, kuna hizi prayer centers, watu huenda. Umeenda prayer centers kadhaa, vitu zako bado haziwaka. So after hapo, because utaki kuonekana kaya ni mbaya sana, utaki kwenda kwa waganga, unaanzanga kwenda kwa wazee. Juu umeambiwa hizi ni mambo za kijamii, ni kifamilia, it's a generational curse. Enda uongee na wazee, watakuambia mambo ya familia yenyu and how you're supposed to break these cycles. Kutoka hapo unaenda kwa kwa wazee, unaitishwa mbuzi 1, 2, 3 pale hivi, unatoa hizo mbuzi, unapatiwa madawa hapa na pale, enda uoge na hii, enda uchemshe hii, upulize hii, enda uefanye hivi. Haya, inakosa kuwaka, unaenda kwa waganga. Na waganga siku hizo wamekuwa wengi. Unaenda kwa waganga, unapatiwa sijui dawa za kuosha nyota. Sometimes ukifanya hizi vitu, things improve for a short time, alafu tena unaingia kwa shida ingine. So by the time unakuja kwangu umezunguka kwa watu wote. So ukikuja mimi naangaliaga tu mtu hivi na kuangaliaga tu hivi na kuuliza before ufike hapo umepitia wapi kwingine, because I can see all the energies that you've mixed up. Sasa kwambia sasa we first have to clear all those energies zenye umekuwa ukipick everywhere that you've been. First clear those energies, then we read into your spiritual energy, we look at where the blockages are, and then we start clearing the blockages one by one, na nyota yako itarudi. And some people feel like I'm doing too much. Kwambia mi Mungu atanisaidia, me I believe in God, acha tu niongojee Mungu. And then you go back to your comfort zone, mambo inakuwa ngumu sana, tena unarudia process tena, halafu tena mimi unanitafuta 1-2 years later. Listen, just because you believe in God does not mean that you are bulletproof ama you are immune to spiritual attacks. Spiritual attacks exist. Na spiritual attacks comes with blockages. Now, if you're not strong spiritually, you become vulnerable. So if you believe in God, also try and work on your faith. Yeah? Read the Bible, understand what hermeneutics is. Si kuongoja tu kusomeango Bible church na pastor. Your pastor atakusomea tu mambo ya giving na tithing. So understand kuna kitu inaitwa hermeneutics. Hermeneutics is a study of the Bible. Jisomee Bible, jielewe mwenyewe, study, understand symbolism in the Bible, pray, worship, practice. Jaribu kuangalia what the Bible tells you to do, so that you boost your biblical knowledge. Because in spiritual warfare, knowledge is equals to power. So the more knowledge you have, the more powerful you become. And then you start embodying the knowledge that you have. Embodying means you live according to the knowledge that you have. So when you have the knowledge and you have the embodiment, you gain something called wisdom. Now with wisdom, you know what you're supposed to get yourself into and what you're not supposed to get into yourself into. Because now watu wengine wana move with a lot of arrogance. Unafikiria just because you believe in God, now you can do whatever it is that you want. Na ukiingia kwa shida utasema tu Jesus and things will just disappear. So you find a lot of people in church, a lot of people who say they believe in God, uko kwa situations zingine, hujui utajitoa aje. You've got yourself in so much problem and you don't know where to go to. Unaenda maombi inakataa, unaenda unatoa sacrifices zinakataa, because sometimes you don't even understand what the problem is. So believing in God alone does not make you immune to spiritual attacks. And just saying that you believe in God and you're not growing spiritually, you're not working on your spiritual path, pia hiyo inakufunga sana. Because unaanza kutafuta tu shortcuts, unaanza kutafuta tu miracles hapa na pale. Okay? So it's very important to understand believing in God is a good thing, but believing in God also comes with work and responsibility. You need to work on your faith. You need to cultivate your relationship with God. Biblia inasemanga you work on your salvation with fear and trembling. Like believing in God means you work hard to live the path that God expects you to live. Ukifanya hivyo, njia zako zitafunguka, nyota yako itafunguka, na mambo yako itakuwa poa. And if you don't do that, you'll continue being stuck. Alafu utaanza kushangaa, why is it that you believe in God but the devil is taking advantage of you? Shida ni kitu inaitwa spiritual laziness. So look into that. You just believe in God and you embody what you do what God expects you to do, or do you just believe in God because it's cool to believe in God? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.